Hi friends, I'm Prairie Vintage Jewelry. My name is Linda. I'm an intuitive energy reader here on YouTube, and I use spirit and tarot to communicate energies to you as they sit. We are doing a timeless reading today, and today's reading will be about the person on your mind and their next actions towards you. Okay, so we have 3 decks to choose from. For first option here, we have the Modern Witch Tarot deck. Option number 2 is the After Tarot. And for option number 3, we have the Guardian of the Night Tarot. Okay, so 3 decks. What we'll do is we'll tap into your energy first, just to make sure that we have the right pile or the right option. And then we can tap into your person's next moves in the connection. So feel free to pause this video, and I will see you in the timestamps. If you are new to Pick a Cards, the timestamps are down in the description box below or in the pinned comment. All right, see you at your timestamp. Hello, beautiful pile number 1. If you pick the Modern Witch Tarot deck, then this reading is for you. So we'll be taking a look at your person on your mind in this connection and their next move towards you in this connection, if they will move at all, what they'll do. And first, before we get into your person's energy, we'll actually just tap into your energy to make sure that this is the right pile for you. So we'll ask Spirit for clear and concise message here for pile number 1. We're looking at pile number 1's energy in regards to this connection so that they know whether this is their pile or not. Spirit, please be clear and concise for pile number 1. And pile number 1, thank you so much for allowing me to tap into your energy and your person's energy for this reading. All right, let's see what we have. So I'll pull a bit of tarot and a little bit of oracle just to gauge your energy. One more. I understand this process takes a bit, but I do not like pulling cards off video. Just like pulling them so we can just see them as I read them. Some tarot readers have cards ready, and I don't always think that's the greatest way of doing it for the viewer. So I prefer to pull them and do them as we see them, although it might take me a bit to catch on to the energy. So sometimes it's easy, and sometimes the energy doesn't sit until the end of the reading. So I apologize if it takes me a bit to get the full picture. All right, so with that out of the way, let's pull 3 of these for your energy. We got Queen of Pentacles, upright or reverse. Keep it the way it is. Okay. And bottom of the deck, we got 2 of Pentacles. Let's pull this as well. All right. Oh, we got Hearth with the number 11. Okay. I am feeling one more of these, actually. And 37 with magnetism. Okay. One of these. I act respectfully of others. I act respectfully of others. That does not make sense to me, but that's what it says. All right. You act respectfully of others. I embrace the all. Okay. Interesting. Give me a minute, and we'll get into your energy. Okay, so what I'm seeing right off the bat here, this is Comfort, Hearth, and this is Attraction, Magnetism, in case I didn't read these 2 cards for you. But we have the number 37, which reduces to the number 10, and then we jump to 11. 10 speaks about endings. The World also speaks about endings. So I feel like you are moving away from a situation in which something has ended or come to an end. And I feel like you are being drawn and pulled to a direction that is pulling you in, okay? And you're learning to find your balance and what's calling to you. So I have a feeling here with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse and the Six of Swords with the World, that you are leaving a, for a lot of you guys, I feel like this is a long-term connection, or at least you've been in a situation for quite some time, and you're being pulled in a direction that is giving you more peace of mind. And you're learning to accept a situation for what it is. And I feel like it's been kind of a long time coming, and you've been trying to balance out this weird transition. I say weird because we've got the Two of Pentacles here, and that's all about trying to find balance, prioritizing. And then we have this Six of Swords, which is transitioning out of maybe this connection that was causing you a lot of grief. Now, you could very well be exiting one connection and going into another, but I feel like for this pile number one, you're definitely in the phase that you've closed a chapter and now you're kind of being pulled in a different direction. And with this, I act respectfully of others. I feel like you are potentially starting something new, or this is a fairly new relationship to you. Okay, so you could be exiting one thing and entering another, and we have the Sun here, so there's lots of happiness, there's a lot of certainty, and I feel like maybe for a long period of time there was uncertainty that has now become certain. Okay, and because we're asking about the connection or the person on your mind, I feel like maybe what's going on is you're putting something to bed, and it doesn't have to necessarily be another connection so much, but I feel like you are leaving a mental state of maybe how you've been in the past, which, like I mentioned, I say long term because I feel like you've been kind of set in some way for quite some time. And now you're kind of moving out of this phase, and there is a closing out of a cycle here with the 2 10s as you get pulled into a new direction. The number 11 here is always my destiny number, so I feel like with the number 11 coming out too, I mean, look at this card. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm getting family with the dog, the baby here with comfort. Like, it just feels like you're no longer in this mental state, and that you're feeling a sense of belonging, and that you know where you're headed is right, and you're getting a sense of clarity, which is also bringing you a sense of comfort, because previous, I feel like there was a lot of things you probably couldn't control, and there was a lot of back and forth as far as maybe mental conversations you were trying to sort through, you know, what's the truth, what's right, and you needed clarity on a situation. I embrace the all. I feel like there's this level of acceptance that you are now learning to accept maybe a past situation for what it actually is, and seeing kind of the blessing in your life right now and where you're going, and learning the lessons of why things kind of maybe unfolded the way they did, or are unfolding the way they are. We got the Fool, the Page of Swords. Yeah, I definitely feel like you come out of this tough situation in which you are now needing to start anew. And you could very well be either here taking a look at a connection that you've left and wondering what that person's next move will be, or you could very well be entering, like I said, a new connection here, and here to see what that person's next move's going to be. So it might be a little tricky here, but I am feeling there is a transition period here right now, and I'm getting more a sense of you than I am getting a sense of any other energies. But we did ask about you, so that you know this is your pile. So if you're resonating with this energy right here, I will get into the person on your mind, and we will do what their next move is. And if there are multiple people coming in through here, I might be a little challenged in trying to decipher what the message is, but hopefully you can follow along, because I have a feeling I'm going to see a little bit of everything. It could just very well be whoever's energy is the strongest. or whoever it is you have on your mind and you came here for. But again, don't know what I'm going to see. But if this resonates, let's get into your person and how they intend on moving, or what's their next move in this connection. All right, so Spirit, we're looking at pile number 1's person. What's their next move in this connection? What is their next move? Are they going to be moving forward? What are their intentions? How are they feeling about this movement forward? Anything you can share with us regarding how this person intends on moving forward? Thank you. All right. Clear and concise message, Spirit, for pile number 1. Okay, so everything is fine in reverse. That is the 10 of Swords, the Hermit in reverse. King of Pentacles in reverse. Sorry, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. The 8 of Cups. And the Queen of Pentacles coming out again in reverse. Okay. I'm going to do one more row in the bottom here. Why is everything is fine here? Why do we got this 10 of Swords? What's going on here, Spirit? We got the Knight of Wands. Okay. And where's the Hermit in reverse? Got Strength. Why is the Knight of Pentacles here? Got the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. And why is the 8 of Cups here? We got the 9 of Wands. Okay, and why is the Queen of Pentacles here? Got the Queen of Swords in reverse. Bottom of the deck, we have the 6 of Swords coming out again. And I think I'm going to pull one of these. We got East, Beginnings. All right, and maybe one of these as well. All right, I communicate with compassion. Okay, so definitely sensing an ending here, okay? So this could very well be the person that you've ended things with, but I'm also feeling kind of mixed bag energy in here. So let's see if I can make sense of all this. So there was moving away from painful situation, okay? This could very well be the energy between you and the person that you were pulling away from. Or it could just be highlighting your energy as you kind of transition into another vibration, okay? There was an ending here because there was a desire to move towards something that was more fulfilling. And I feel like what's happening here with this, everything is fine in reverse. I feel like whoever it is that you we're pulling away from could still be kind of in a sense of in denial of sorts. I feel like there is still this needing to come to terms with an ending, and this person is needing to really take a deep look and do the inner work that's required in order to come to terms with an ending. Okay, and I feel like this is going to take a lot of courage because I feel like this person might have been avoidant or just in denial about an ending, coming to terms with an ending here, okay? And the fact that we have like all these reversals, the 5 of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles, I feel like your person feels as though they're unable to progress things in the way that they want to, because they feel as though they are stuck in a mindset that they have kind of no control over a situation. And I feel as though this just reinforces the fact that there's been movement away with the 8 of Cups, but this is more like mentally putting an end to, I guess, situations that were causing mental grief and strife and all that, whereas this is walking away from something that emotionally doesn't fulfill you at a capacity that's required or needed. And I feel like it coming here beside this Queen of Pentacles, that this is coming through as your energy. I feel like you had to turn your back on a situation because someone wasn't progressing, or at least showing their inability to move forward or do the work required, the inner work required in order to, have the strength to do the inner work required in order to progress and move things forward. I still feel like your whole reason for wanting to move away from a situation is to go after something else and have new beginnings. I think something else is calling you. And yeah, the rest I see here is your energy, which is this Nine of Wands. I feel like this Nine of Wands is representing the block that's up now in regards to this connection. And you're showing up here as this Queen of Swords, which is my bitch card, because I feel like with the Queen of Swords in reverse, it's somebody who has had to come out in such a way that maybe wasn't their optimal self, but had no other choice in order to put a situation or be clear about a situation that was causing pain. Because we do know there was lots of pain with the swords here, lots of swords. So now there's this wall, and there is protecting oneself. And I feel like what you're really protecting is the fact that you want to be able to move forward in a direction that is going to bring you new beginnings, that I feel like you're quite passionate about. And the fact that we have communicate with compassion here and this Queen of Swords, I feel like maybe looking back on a situation, you might feel as though you might have been a little bit cold. You might have been a little bit stern in how you came across within this connection. And I think what Spirit is saying, and why this card probably is here, is that Spirit wants you to know that you didn't do anything that wasn't kind of called for. I feel like now that whatever's done is kind of done, Spirit is now asking you to remain in your Queen of Swords energy. And if you need to be Nine of Wands, which is really setting up very strong boundaries against you and this person, then do so. But with this, I communicate in compassion. Spirit is now saying that maybe this person is at a stage where there's no need to remain in the Queen of Swords reversed energy, and to be able to communicate with passion. If this person does need closure or wants to communicate, and not that you owe anyone anything, but I just feel like there is this need to embrace compassion in this situation as you move towards new beginnings here for yourself. And I do feel like there might be a desire from this person, because we are asking about their next move. So right now I don't see any movement at all. In fact, I see, someone really stuck, somebody needing to use their abilities to look inwards and ask the right questions and face an ending, and someone's not doing that. So we're going to get deeper into another layer here, but I do feel like there is, aside from you going after your new beginning, I do feel like there is a desire here from your person in order to still progress in some capacity. And we're going to see how that pans out, but I do feel like they're trying to maybe sort through what that looks like. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of heartache, and I feel like maybe both you and this person are experiencing heartbreak over this situation, but the fact that, it's in reverse could definitely mean that there's still a need to go through the full experience of what this means. And your person might just be kind of holding back on actually admitting that something is over in order to experience this. I've got the Lovers in the bottom. So there's this is an ending to a connection for sure here with somebody. Okay, so let's dig into one more layer here as far as what's the actions of this person. So right now, like I said, I don't see actions. I see them kind of maybe having to come to terms with this coming to an end. And I feel like it's you kind of moving away. And this person kind of maybe being in denial or not doing the inner work in order to kind of work on this heartbreak. So let's see, Spirit. Can we see this person's next actions for pile number 1, their person? What's their next actions towards pile number 1? What's the next actions of this person? All right. I'm feeling like a disconnect from your energy and this person's energy. I feel like there's, yeah, definitely a disconnect. So I think you guys are like maybe cutting energetic cords. Because I feel like even though this person may be kind of in denial, I feel like this person is having to deal with their own stuff. And I feel like you are certainly embracing and moving towards your own stuff. So I almost feel like there is a definite separating of energies. Like I feel like it's pretty separate, okay? I don't feel like there's like it's still connected in any sort of which way. I feel like it's very individualistic, the energies I'm feeling. Okay, so, sorry, my phone is ringing. Let's take a look at pile number 1's person, the next layer to all of this. What's going on here? Okay, still coming out here with the Hermit in reverse. Reverse or upright, Spirit? Let's keep it reverse. Okay. We got Queen of Swords. All right. Let's see the Star. See the Page of Cups in reverse. And we are seeing the 8 of Cups again for the second time. Queen of Swords for the second time. Hermit for the second time. All right. What do we have? We got the Page of Pentacles in reverse. 5 of Pentacles in reverse again for the second time. We got 5 of Wands in reverse. We got the Ace of Swords and Temperance. And bottom of the deck energy, we got Death, and it is in reverse. However, I don't read bottom of the deck energy in reverse. And the Lovers again, you guys. Okay, wow, this is really powerful. So there needs to be an ending of a situation with this person, okay? So you know who this person is. Maybe it's not the person that you came here to talk about, or it could very well be, but this needs to come to a full end. And this is kind of, because 2 major arcanas, to me, this is really talking about a karmic situation, partnership that is needing to come to its end, okay? And the fact that this was coming in reverse, it could either mean people aren't really there yet, or there's still some energetic things that need to completely clear out, or it could very well be that this person is still a little bit in denial, what we were seeing. And I feel like this person is needing to do their own shadow work, because Hermit's still coming in reverse, okay? And I feel like the Hermit's still coming in reverse because this person hasn't gone within to do the healing and addressing this heartbreak. And it is keeping them back from moving forward with this Page of Pentacles, because the Page of Pentacles is all about moving forward in a direction to plant a seed, to progress in whatever opportunities lie ahead. So this person's stuck, okay? Hermit's all about going inside. And yeah, Hermit isn't really doing a whole bunch of movements, really just gathering information on a soul level in order to plan for, you know, their future action. And I feel like this is really stopping this person from moving forward, whether it be towards you or away from you or whatever. I mean, I feel there is an ending and there needs to be an ending, but this person definitely needs to move forward. And the first step would definitely be Page of Pentacles, and they're unable to until they do this inner work. Now, I love to see that the Queen of Swords now is upright. So we were seeing that I communicate with compassion, or Spirit was wanting, you know, there to be a boundary still set, but not in the way that maybe had to go down, where maybe you said things a little bit more on the edgier side in order to prove a point or cut a cord or move away. things were said. Maybe it's a challenging situation, but I feel like you're still showing up here as the Queen of Swords, and I feel like you are putting your own boundary and keeping your boundary in place. The fact that the sword is upright, I feel like this is confirmation from Spirit that you are on the true path, okay? We don't have any swords kind of off to the side. Like I know sometimes the King of Swords on the deck has a tilted sword. With the Queen of Swords with her sword up in the air, I feel as though whatever direction you're headed into, I feel is true for you. And I feel like you had to embrace the truth. I also feel like with this bird, I feel like you're moving in a direction either with somebody else or something else that is bringing you fulfillment. And she has her walking boots on. So I feel like she's just ready to go, you know, on whatever adventure for herself. And I feel like you are prepared and preparing yourself to embrace a new, something new. But here with the Five of Pentacles, I feel like it doesn't, you know, it still comes with the sadness. And I feel like with the Five of Pentacles really being in reverse, it is you transitioning out of a state where maybe you felt left out in the cold in such a way that you did not enjoy, and you're coming out of this with some understanding and some lessons learned so that you're able to actually go after what it is that you want here, okay? With the Star, this talks about dreams come true and getting one's wish and healing and being able to really go for your dreams. Five of Wands talks about challenges and competition, and what I feel like this being in reverse, I think that there's this fun type of challenge, okay? There's this fun type of energy that you're being kind of pushed into that, yeah, could be considered kind of challenging, but the challenge is like fun challenge, okay? You're accepting challenge in moving forward towards what it is that's going to bring you fulfillment and joy. And because we asked specifically with this person, me still feeling like they are needing to do this work and seeing no movement, I feel like their desire here is to want to move forward and offer a page. This Page of Cups is like offering this love back with you. But the truth be told, with the Ace of Swords, there is really no way that this person is able to move forward at this time, offering love or offering any sort of anything here in progressing this, because they haven't accepted the ending and done the inner work. So either the ending of this connection in order to start anew with you in a whole new phase, or the ending of this so that they can move forward in their own direction, because they have to embrace the truth here. And I really feel like the truth is trumping everything in this situation, that there needs to be emotionally walking away from what's not emotionally fulfilling. And this person needs to heal. I feel like you've done a lot of healing, but there is this need for healing this connection. If there is to be a shift in any direction, I mean, clearly, you know, endings aren't always the best, but if there is a question here around what this connection could mean in the future, there needs to be a lot of healing between the both of you guys and a new way of learning how to connect with one another in order for this to be successful, and really just accepting this break, okay? So what's your person's next moves? Well, they're not really doing much of anything towards you. Do they want to still offer a cup of love and communicate this to you? Yes. Do they still want to communicate to you that they want to move forward with you in some capacity? Yes. Will they? No. They're not going to do that, and the reason being is because they need to embrace the truth. I think they're respecting your boundary. I think you're too far ahead here in your dream of what you want, and all they're left here is this Hermit. So they're going to have to do some inner work, and yeah, maybe this isn't the person you wanted to see, so you might want to click on another pile, but this is the energy that I'm getting here for this person, for pile number 1. I wish you the very, very best. Sounds like you're well on your way, and I hope that you were able to like and subscribe if you like this video. I will talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile number 2. If you pick the After Tarot, then this will be your reading. And we will be taking a look at the person on your mind in this connection and their next move towards you. Okay, but before we look at their energy, we're going to ask Spirit to take a look at your energy so that you know whether this is your pile or not. And then we will ask Spirit to show us their next move. What's going to happen? Are they going to move? Are they going to come towards you? What are they going to do in this connection? All right, Spirit, can we get clear and concise message here for pile number 2 in regards to their energy so that they know whether this is their pile? What's their energy like in this connection specifically? Thank you, Spirit. And thank you so much, pile number 2, for allowing me to tap into your energy. All right. I am tempted to cut this deck. Okay, we'll pull 3 tarot and then a couple of oracle cards, and then we'll get into your person's energy. Dropping cards. All right. I have the Fool. Reverse, Spirit, see upright. Okay. Next, we got the 7 of Cups. Yep. Okay, and we got the Queen of Pentacles coming out, and this one kind of wanted to come out. We got the 9 of Wands, and we got the 3 of Cups. Okay. So we have Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn here with the Queen of Pentacles. I follow my inner guidance, and let's pull one of these. We got animals, companionship. Okay. Wow, look at these 2 ladies. Do they not look kind of similar? I think they look very similar. Wow. Okay. So I'm getting, for a lot of you guys, I feel like a lot of you guys are single. So I don't know. I mean, I did ask about your energy here, but I'm feeling like a very single type energy here coming from you, even though we have the Queen of Pentacles, which is mother energy. But maybe, okay, let's start. So the Fool is talking about taking a leap of faith, okay, and going in a direction that you're not quite familiar with or sure about, but just kind of embracing the direction in which you're going. So I feel like either you're in a very, very new connection, or you've made the decision recently to figure out which path you want to go in a connection that you are uncertain of, okay? The 7 of Cups talks about muddled thinking, too many options, fantasies, that sort of thing. But with it in reverse, I feel like you've recently come into a decision, or at least recently made the decision to step forward. And because this is the after tarot, the steps already been made. Okay, the Fool already jumped off the cliff, and now he's kind of smelling roses. So potentially he's now made a decision around an option that you had in front of you. Lots of cups, but 1 rose. So maybe you've kind of narrowed it down. Maybe you're dating and you're kind of now made a decision to move somewhere towards someone, or you've focused in an area that you're a little more clear about. And the Queen of Pentacles does talk about commitment, right? And she is solid and stable and motherly and wifey. So I feel like maybe you've made a decision to commit to someone recently that you are kind of taking a chance on. And I feel like this is fairly new. So you're not quite sure what to expect here, okay? The 3 of Cups talks about a network of people. So I'm feeling like network of people here and here is maybe like your friend circle. Maybe you're kind of starting to see someone that you only used to hang around as friends, or there's this light energy around you guys because things haven't progressed to the next level. In fact, I feel like you might have been fairly guarded, and now all of a sudden you have 2 people here in the 9 of Wands, because normally it's just one guy protecting himself with a big wall all around him, and he's not letting anyone in, and now all of a sudden you let someone in, okay? So he's kind of looking, and this guy's like I kind of just snuck in here, and now there's two people behind this wall, which I find kind of cute. Because they're both kind of still a little guarded with their arms up. It's like not knowing what to expect, but at least I've let you pass my wall. And now we're kind of in a period of what do we do now? What do we do now? Okay, so also feeling for some of you guys, this could be two masculines. Doesn't have to be, but I am picking that up for some of you guys. Which could be confirmation for somebody here watching. But I feel like, yes, so this is either you just came out of your singleness, or you're now taking a step in a direction to see what a connection is about, and maybe you've recently committed yourself to engaging with someone. I follow my inner guidance is giving me heavy Fool, because it's not knowing, but knowing. Okay, like I don't know what lies ahead, but I'm going to follow my inner guidance and what spirit and my third eye is telling me about a situation. And maybe not really knowing whether you can trust, but just trusting that it's right by following your inner guidance. And I feel like here with companionship, it's definitely talking about having another person, right? So maybe you've been single for very long. Maybe you've been single for very long and you're wondering, you know, what it would be like to now enter into a connection of sorts. And I feel like Animals talks about this, like, you know, inner animal. I feel like there is this inner desire of maybe potentially getting into a connection here. Maybe this person makes you feel like you want to let your inner animal out in some sort of capacity. 21 equals 3. We got 3 here. And 3s, like I said, aside from it being like the networking card, 3 can also talk about a third party situation. In which could just mean that you're hanging out with this person and there's other people around. Maybe there's another energy here that isn't allowing you guys to be kind of two, and there's still this third component, but there is this newfound way of working together, or at least coming together, cooperating in some sort of capacity to work on this companionship or partnership of sorts, because 3 speaks of collaboration. And I feel like that's what kind of is kind of coming through with this card here. Yeah, single card again. This 9 of Pentacles talks about being single, talks about, you know, being independent, but there is a loneliness with the 9 of Pentacles, because it's like, okay, maybe I've been trying to do everything kind of on my own here, or been happy on my own, and I've been hanging out with my friends, I've been celebrating, whatever. I want to kind of jump in, and I want to eliminate all of these options, all of these dating options, all of this confusion. It can also mean heavy confusion and being really overwhelmed by options. But I feel like that isn't necessarily the case in this feeling that I'm getting, because the 1 rose here, there was a lot of options. Now there isn't so much. You got one person that's being let in, somebody who's like really, and the way these 2 are looking, this is so cute, kind of looking in the same direction. It's like, okay, I'm going to trust that in the direction that I'm looking is at this person, the one that I'm kind of offering this pentacle or taking my chance on by following my inner guidance, is going to be the person that I should be, or I'm not going to regret doing this in some capacity. So I do feel like there is a guardedness about you, but you are letting down your guard in this situation, or at least you feel like you are allowing someone in. So there is this fear that comes with that, right? Because it's like, I am following what I'm being guided to do, you know, but I do sense that there's still this little bit of hesitancy, or, I mean, you're here obviously to see what your person's next move is, so maybe you're kind of concerned as to, am I, you know, investing or risking or making a decision in an area that might not pan out the way that it needs to. I never noticed this little rabbit here. I don't know if this is just in the after tarot or not, but I feel like the rabbit is talking about speed, or like a pace in which a connection could be going. So I don't know if there's some fear, maybe a little bit, about maybe a connection moving quickly. I don't even know if necessarily it's fear, but there might be some concern or some thought around the speed in which this connection might be moving. And you see her reflection in the pentacle there, so I'm not sure what that signifies. Maybe you're taking a hard look at yourself as far as how you've been in the past and what you're able to do, and how you're able to maybe offer things and moving things forward like you haven't in the past. Yeah, I feel like with the rabbit and this pentacle, and she's kind of offering it, you're kind of looking at yourself, Again, you don't have to be this Queen of Pentacles, but it's just represented in your energy. But maybe taking a look at past actions, and maybe you haven't always followed your inner guidance. So you're kind of taking a leap of faith. I'm going to offer this pentacle, really take a hard look at myself. Even if I feel like maybe I can't control the pace in which I want this to go, or maybe something about the pace of this connection might have you a little bit taking a look. Okay, so this is your energy, or at least if this does resonate with your energy, then we'll take a look at your person as far as their next move towards you in this connection. And yeah, let's do that. So Spirit, thank you so much for that clear and concise message. Can we take a look at pile number 2's person and how they intend to move in this connection? What's their next move towards pile number 2? I feel like this is really fresh energy from a lot of my other readings, so potentially I have first-time viewers here, because yeah, I do feel like this is pretty fresh energy. So thank you if you're new, and thank you so much if you are returning. All right, so let's take a look at what Spirit has to say. Thank you so much, pile number 2, for allowing me to tap into your person's energy. And Spirit, clear and concise for pile number 2. What is their next move? What are their plans? What are their intentions? How do they feel about it? What can you share with pile number 2? Oh my goodness, 2 of Cups. Ooh la la. Hierophant. Holy camole. You guys. Now I know why the rabbit's there. This person's moving quite quickly, aren't they? Okay, this is 8 of Wands, and it is in reverse. Interesting. Let's keep going. 4 of Pentacles. 6 of Swords. Or 6 of Wands. Okay, why is the 2 of Cups here, Spirit? We got the Knight of Swords. Okay, why is the Hierophant here? We got the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, why is the 8 of Wands in reverse? 6 of Pentacles. The King of Wands in reverse. And we got Temperance. And we got the Knight of Wands in the bottom of the deck. I got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, I'm going to pull 2 Oracle cards just to kind of reinforce this message for us. We got Expansion with North. That's a beautiful card. I'm going to shimmy these over. And, oh, you might not be able to see that. All right, there we go. And we'll pull one of these. Okay, I feel as though what I'm getting is that in this connection, I benefit with gratitude. Okay, I feel like as though in this connection, because I said it's fairly new, hopefully you guys still clicked around here. Potentially this isn't necessarily a new person so much as I think your mindset is changed in this connection. And I think, or at least the person that you're getting involved with, this connection is kind of changing, or at least the flavor of the connection is changing from what it used to be. I feel like this connection was driven a lot on desires and passions, and I feel like it's kind of shifting more into a romantic type, intimate type connection. Okay, I feel, because this is about your person's next moves, I feel like your person is kind of shifting away from being this King of Wands type energy into more of collaborating with you and expanding this connection with the both of you guys. Okay, so let's start from the top. So although we have the Knight of Wands here, which is kind of the undertone of this, and Knight of Wands is someone who's kind of in and out, very passionately, blah, blah, blah. I feel like this has been the majority of the energy of the person that you were kind of involved with. But I feel like what's happening now is that we're transitioning into this 2 of Cups, which is an emotional offering between 2 people where it's a give and take and it's a balanced connection. And again, in the after tarot, they're kind of hugging now. So I feel like there's been acceptance right now of 2 people coming together and what that looks like. And there's been a commitment here for the next level, because Hierophant can definitely speak of marriage, but doesn't have to be like by the legal definition of marriage. Could just be taking this relationship to the next level of commitments. And I feel like there is this next level commitment here where things are getting balanced out, because we're talking about balance here, okay? Trying to bring balance to this connection. And this is also talking about timing, because the Eight of Wands talks about a breakthrough, okay? And quick breakthrough. Things are happening fast. It also talks about communication, quick movement, that sort of thing. But then in reverse, maybe this is a long time coming, okay? I feel like maybe you're having communications right now about what this looks like, or at least you've recently come into communication about this level of commitment with your person. And I just feel like, yeah, it's been fairly slow, okay, within a reverse. But I do feel like there's been a breakthrough of sorts here. And I feel like with the Four of Pentacles coming out, talking about, you know, somebody maybe still kind of holding back. I feel like after Tarot and the Death here, it's like there's an ending here of somebody really holding back either feelings, emotions, or a state of being, into now being a little bit more balanced and dropping this King of Wands energy. And the King of Wands is definitely someone who's going to come in to get what they want and be more considerate about their own passions, desires, and getting what they need. So potentially this person, this King of Wands person, your person, has been holding back, but getting, you know, filling themselves up through passionate, fiery energy undertone, right? Coming in, maybe, who knows, getting whatever they need from you, and then holding back any sort of commitments or whatever it was that wasn't balancing this connection out. The Death here definitely represents the ending of whatever energy that was, especially with this King of Wands in reverse. I feel like there's an ending to that energy. And King of Wands is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy coming through here. A little bit of Taurus as well. Sagittarius again. I feel heavy Sag energy coming through. So what's victorious here? Because the Six of Wands talks about, you know, the victory lap, somebody who's successfully accomplished something. I feel the success here is this breakthrough. I feel like the success here is this ability to come together in a partnership of next level commitments. And because in this card you have the girl here and the guy, I feel, again, there's two people where I feel like there's an embracing of this success milestone in this connection, where there's an ability to have a balanced give and take and add just the right amount of ingredients for there to be a balanced partnership. And this is a success in this connection. Okay, this is something to celebrate, because I don't think that this connection has been to this state so far, or at least reached this level so far. And there's a heavy emphasis on give and take here in the middle. Okay, so there's been a breakthrough in the amount of energies and effort. And yeah, this is like, you know, if things were imbalanced in the past, where maybe one person was more giving or more in tune with the connection, this is now, there's been a breakthrough because there's this ability to balance things on a different level. Okay, I feel like the beginning might have been very challenging here in this connection with the Knight of Swords and with this Five of Pentacles. I feel like there's a recognition that there's been people having to come to terms with what is and what isn't, but there's coming out of this Five of Pentacles in reverse. This is like feeling down and out, left out in the cold, just really not in a good state. And I feel like there is this turn of events here in this connection that's allowing both of you guys to come out of this state of lack, this lack mindset. This lack mindset's also coming to an end. Whoever has been holding back this connection from moving to the next milestone. Okay, although slow going. And I feel like there is this sense of contentment because of this breakthrough, although it be very slow. There is this sense of contentment. And there's still a lot of passion, because of course we still have this Knight of Wands in the bottom. So I don't feel like any of the passion is gone, right? Even though we're losing maybe King of Wands, that might have been more self-serving towards what was rightfully what they kind of wanted to steer this into. There's still this desire to have passion. And Knight of Pentacles is talking about that slow movement again, okay, that we've experienced in this connection. I benefit with gratitude. I feel like both of you guys are definitely in this state of gratitude for one another. There is this celebration. I think the gratitude is in seeing the accomplishment or the movement here in this connection. The expansion, okay, north always, you know, going north. It's like the expansion, it's movement, it's going towards a direction that actually is movement rather than being stagnant. With one here too is pretty cool because I feel like maybe what used to be 3 of Cups energy became this 2 of Cups, and this deck specifically, they're hugging, and I feel like 2 is becoming 1 in this expansion, which I find is very beautiful here. 2 energies kind of merging into this greater capability of what you guys can kind of accomplish together rather than individual. I just really feel like this is a very exciting energy because there's lots of potential is what I'm really feeling, especially because we have the 2 of Cups here and we're transitioning from hot and heavy desires and maybe even very low points into such a beautiful energy of the 2 of Cups. Okay, I mean, it's not the 10 of Cups yet, but we didn't ask about potential. We're just more asking about their next move here. And I feel like you probably already experienced this. If you haven't, then there's this commitment to coming together emotionally as a give and take. Okay, if your person hasn't done that, that's certainly what's on the horizon. But I feel like a lot of you guys might have already experienced this breakthrough, and now it's kind of this energy of victory, this milestone and this connection, the dropping of the guarded heart, the dropping of the guarded self, the dropping of just going after desires and not really putting in the right amount of energies in order for there to be an expansion in this connection to move towards what this is all about. Okay, so let's do another layer here and see how your person is going to move towards you. All right, so Spirit, for pile number 2, can we get another layer here as far as what is pile number 2's person's next movement towards them in this connection? What is their next move? What's happening here in this connection? Lots of expansion. I kind of felt like, yeah, like the world's your oyster. Like there was just so many ways that this could go in such a positive way. But let's ask Spirit as to your person's next move. What is pile 2's person's next move in this connection? Thank you so much, Spirit. Clear and concise message for pile number 2. All right. Oh my goodness. The 4 of Wands, you guys. Very cute. 5 of Swords in reverse. Okay, so it is in reverse. We got, again, that, oops, I do want to take this one, but not all these. We have the 4 of Pentacles coming out again. We got the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. And we got the 7 of Swords. All right, so why is the 4 of Wands here? We got the 6 of Swords. Okay, why is the 5 of Swords here in reverse? We got the Queen of Swords in reverse. Why is the 4 of Pentacles here? The Devil. All right, why is the 2 of Pentacles in reverse? We got the 7 of Pentacles, and then why is the 7 of Swords here, Spirits? The Moon in reverse. Okay, I'm going to clarify the Devil, and then I'm going to clarify this 7 of Swords before I open my big mouth. Okay, 8 of Swords in reverse. Okay, and 7 of Swords. We got the Star in reverse. We got Judgment and the Moon. We got the Ace of Swords upright. Spirits tell me upright. Okay, so this is pretty interesting here. I feel like what's happening is you and your person are getting to learn each other's love language, okay, in this connection. Yeah, Ace of Wands in the bottom. So there's definitely still lots of desire and passion in this connection, okay? Definitely both of you guys want to move things forward in this connection, okay? Even though there might be some anxiety about what that looks like. So it's feeling very heavy anxiety when I did your energy there about letting down the guard or whatever. Although there's desire, there is anxiety, okay? The Four of Wands talks about unity, coming together, marriage could be that commitment we were seeing. This is also my 1111 card, which talks about the twin flames. So if you're on a twin flame journey, let this be confirmation to you that this could very well signify that you're on your coming together with your twin flame person, okay? Because this is kicking off the reading, I feel like your person definitely wants stability in this connection. And I feel like there's a moving away from how things used to be. And I feel like, because we're seeing a lot of that in the previous layer there with the Five of Pentacles reversed and the Five of Swords reversed, I believe that's what was there. There is wanting to move away from that challenging time. Five of Swords in reverse here with the Queen of Swords. This is like any sort of challenges you guys were having in the past. Queen of Swords in reverse talks about, you know, somebody who could be fairly bitchy, you know, being a little bit cutthroat, and possibly there was a lot of situations in which you might have had to be Queen of Swords, okay? Queen of Swords is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, in order to put an end to, you know, behaviors that you weren't going to put up with, all right? And some of the behaviors that you weren't going to put up with was the fact that this person was Four of Pentacles, okay? Or maybe you were Four of Pentacles, which is, again, holding back, you know, this slack mindset, this inability to release, and that we saw there was a coming of an end to that, okay? So what this is causing, okay, because we're asking about what your person's next moves are and looking at a deeper layer, I feel like your person is still in this devil energy because they still haven't learned how to fully, like I said, there's going to be an ending of this, but they don't know how to make do of, once they let go of this Four of Pentacles and not this guarded energy, what's left. Like, your person needs to relearn. And that's why I say learning love language here, is because once they let go and try to be different in such a way where now this has to come to an end, because this Queen of Swords wasn't going to put up with this type of energy, right? So that's why she came out kind of maybe in a bitchy way, or maybe had to lay some firm boundaries, put an end to challenging situations. Stop holding back here. This needs to come to an end. We saw your person obviously putting an end to this, being victorious and trying to move things forward. But how do we deal with this devil energy? And I feel like what the devil energy is talking about this Eight of Swords. And I feel like there's a need to really look at releasing some, I was going to say misconceptions, but potentially just ways of being that your person, it could even be you, okay? This, you could be resonating this with you, but because we were getting your energy holding back, so whichever way this resonates, yeah, like how is it that you can free yourself of a situation that maybe you're feeling a heavy anxiety about and telling yourself is supposed to be one way and it's not? And I feel like because this is coming in reverse, on top of the devil, I feel like there is this focus on how to free your person's, I'm going to read this as your person because we asked about your person, free themselves of this Eight of Swords, release themselves of maybe untruths that have been holding them back in this connection, really restricting them, and they're kind of needing to really deal with this. The devil energy here is also, could just represent Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Okay, so potentially your person is learning on releasing Eight of Swords energy, where they were having a really tough time prioritizing, making decisions, juggling options. Now it's in reverse. So I think your person is, next step is investing here, right? Because this talks about putting in energy and effort towards a situation in order to kind of benefit and harvest. This guy's got this little bushel of pentacles. He's been tending to it, and then he's this is the after tarot, so now he is able to walk away with a pentacle. So I feel like your person really wants to, yeah, see like the aftermath of what is manifested here in this connection. And I feel like the challenge here has really been balancing and prioritizing this connection. Okay. And the fact that we have the Seven of Swords, I mean, Seven of Swords, it talks about somebody being sneaky and deceptive, right? And with the moon in reverse, this could mean ultra mega deception here. The fact that I have the Ace of Swords in Spirit wanted me to put this in the upright, whether it was reverse or upright, what is really happening here is that your person is having to face truths, and the Ace of Swords in reverse is really painful truths here, okay, and cutting words. But I feel like that was a thing that they had to come to terms with from the past, from this Queen of Swords, is painfully truthful. And this deception of how your person was, because I feel like, I mean, I say deception, so it could be everything from just them holding back feelings and emotions, not being truthful and honest in a situation, choosing other priorities, being in their devil energy, not letting go of their Eight of Swords. So now there is this need for clarity, for cutting through all of this crap in order for them to really embrace what is happening here, because I feel like the Star is talking about wishes coming true, getting one's wish and desires, and healing oneself. I feel like it's still in reverse because there is this need for your person to really fully flesh out some of this energy that they used to hold on to or was kind of habitual in the past. There's this like judgment, which is them coming into this realization of needing to deal with this, you know, in order to get their wishes come true and fully heal and move forward in the direction that's going to help heal both you and your person in this situation. They're going to have to come to terms with some of their behaviors in the past. And that involves really taking a look at this devil energy. Why were they holding back? Why were they so Eight of Swords? What's holding them back in such a way that was preventing them from fully healing and acting in this manner and forgiving themselves potentially for how they might have been showing up? Okay, so that's kind of what they're experiencing or going through. So as far as what their movement towards you, I don't really feel they're kind of totally moving towards you per se, but we do see this stability here, this need for unity, coming together, moving away from harsh times. I feel like that's kind of the state and where it's at in order for your person to benefit and pull out of it what they desire. They're just kind of healing and really taking a look at this Eight of Swords and freeing themselves from devil energy, past ways of being, showing, you know, this maybe more selfish type attitude, because the Queen of Swords came out and just had to put kind of an end to all that. All right. So this is what I see here for pile number 2 as far as your person's next move towards you. I hope this resonated. If it did, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't, and leave a comment. I'm interested to see how this resonated. Love and light. Talk to you soon. Bye, guys. Hello, my beautiful pile number 3. If you picked the Guardian of the Night Tarot, then this is your reading. All right, so thank you so much, pile number 3, for allowing me to tap into your energy and your person's energy today. What we'll look at is your person's next move towards you in this connection. But before we get into that, we'll look at your energy so that you know whether this is your pile or not, if it's resonating, before we look at your person's, okay? So we'll ask Spirit for a clear and concise message here for pile number 3. And pile number 3, thank you again for allowing me to tap into this energy. So let's take a look and see where you're sitting in this connection energetically and see if you resonate. All right. Haven't used this deck in a while. So we'll pull 3 cards from the tarot for you and then a couple of oracle before we get into your person. All right, so we have the 8 of Wands. We have the 8 of Swords. Oh, 2 8s. So if you're seeing 88, could definitely be a sign here that this reading's for you. 8s also talk about infinity. Infinite amount of potential, infinite amount of choices ahead of you, I guess, if you will. 9 of Wands. Queen of Pentacles. I swear to God, this Queen of Pentacles is coming out in every single reading. All right, let's do... The Queen of Pentacles is coming in reverse. And this Queen of Pentacles is Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Okay. I honor virtue. Kind of getting 4 of Swords energy from that card there. Let's keep going. And we got Alchemy Magic, which is giving me Temperance energy. I'm feeling like heavy energy from pile 2 is here. So I don't know if you're hanging around from pile 2, but maybe you're the flip energy of that one. Okay, so let's get into this reading. So I feel like there has been some communication recently. Things are kind of moving very quickly, and very quickly in a good way, because I feel like there's been a breakthrough of sorts in this connection specifically, because we asked about this connection. But I feel like there is still this guarded way that you are in, and I feel like it's you. So potentially you just come out of healing. Okay, and I feel like there's still walls up with this 9 of Wands, and with this 8 of Swords talking about self-limiting beliefs and being held back in some capacity or another. So I feel like maybe there's been communication in this connection or a breakthrough in moving forward, but you feel as though maybe you're held back in some capacity. Maybe you're learning to yeah, maybe you're still kind of feeling like you're healing yourself in a way that you haven't fully freed yourself from the 8 of Swords and 9 of Wands energy. Okay, and this is number 43. Which is the number 7. Yeah, I feel like you're kind of mustering everything within you to move forward in this connection. I feel like you're really hurt. You're kind of, yeah, like you're coming out of a place of maybe where you had to do a lot of healing, and you have to put a lot of energy and effort into yourself. And you're not feeling fully like you're able to be this full Queen of Pentacles here. Queen of Pentacles, I don't know if I already stated it. Yeah, it's Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. But I feel like, you know, the Queen of Pentacles is very much this reliable, dedicated energy, and she is giving and loving and caring. And I feel like with this in reverse, maybe you're feeling as though you have a boundary up in some capacity that you want to keep up for some reason that might not be justified all that much here with the 8 of Swords, that you feel like you have to that you're kind of putting up. So feel like you're putting up a boundary, or there's a belief in some capacity that's limiting you in some way. But I do feel like it could very well be stemming from you coming out of this place of needing healing, or just recently been working on healing. Yeah, even 5 of Cups, there's like this heavy sadness. But the fact that we have the 8 of Wands and this breakthrough here, maybe this is talking about you breaking through, progressing in this healing journey. But I still feel like with this 8 of Swords, there's still some sort of situation here that's kind of maybe restricting you in some capacity when it comes to this connection. Okay, so this isn't really giving me all that much about how you're feeling in this connection. Oh, 3 of Swords. Yeah, there's definitely healing that needs to happen here. And you might be wanting to check out pile number 1, or maybe you're drawn to pile number 1, because I still feel like there's this heaviness of needing to heal from a situation. Okay, and it could have very well been an ending, because maybe there was a sudden ending. So now I'm feeling like this one could be tied to either 1 or 2, but anyway, only if you're drawn to those piles. But I'm kind of not really getting so much of a connection here, as I'm getting an independent need for coming out of healing, identifying how you are, and maybe telling yourself or putting yourself in a spot that maybe you're saying you're not as ready to commit or be dedicated to this connection in such a way, because you might not be totally healed or ready. So you still have walls up, you still have guards up, you're still 8 of Swords, and there's this heavy sadness. Okay, so if this sounds like your energy, then let's take a look at your person and see what we see here in regards to your person's next moves in this connection. Spirit, can we get pile number 3's person and their next moves in this connection? What will they be doing next in this connection? How will they move forward with pile number 3, if at all? Thank you. Okay. So we have the 4 of Cups. We have the Knight of Swords. We have the Hermit. Hermit was coming out heavy in pile number 1. We got the King of Cups in reverse. And got the 7 of Cups in reverse. Okay. Let's keep going. Why is the 4 of Cups here in reverse, Spirit? Got the 2 of Wands. All right. Why is the Knight of Swords here? Got the 3 of Wands in reverse. Okay. Why is the Hermit card here, Spirit? Got the King of Wands in reverse, and got the Ace of Cups in reverse, clarifying the King of Cups in reverse. And then finally, why is the 7 of Cups here in reverse? We got the 8 of Pentacles. Okay. Bottom of the deck energy, Ace of Wands, and I am reading that upright. And I'm going to pull some Oracle here. Hopefully we can get this all in the frame. We got plants with growth, the number 19 or the number 10. Yeah, I was feeling definite ending here of sorts. Ooh, almost ruined that one. All right, keep going. One more Oracle. I'm feeling that one. I benefit with gratitude. This one came out for pile number 2, I believe. All right, so let's take a look at what we have here. There's a lot going on, so just bear with me. Okay, so I feel like there was an ending of sorts when in this connection. And I feel like, I don't feel there's movement happening here from this person, but I do feel like this person is having to go within and really take a look at how they've been moving in this connection, and they've been moving a little bit more selfish towards what was gonna selfishly fill them up in such a way. I feel like the 4 of Cups here talks about apathy and being like discontent and kind of bored in a situation, but I feel like it in reverse means somebody kind of coming out of that state. And I feel like coming out of that state is required in order for there to be forward movement and moving towards the future with the 2 of Wands. It's like deciding, moving forward. The Ace of Wands is the undertone of all this whole reading here. And the Ace of Wands talks about that spark, that desire to want to bring something forward, right? Like that inspiration that one gets when they want to move or bring something off the ground. So I feel like there's this inspiration to come out of the state of boredom, to take a look at, you know, future. What does that look like? Being honest and maybe having tough conversations here. But what I really feel is though this person, because this is about your person, feels as though there might not be a future here with the state of affairs right now. In order for the way things sit. So they're hermiting, which is going inside to ask questions, to ask spirit, to ask themselves, which is one and the same thing, right? They're really going within, really trying to, yeah, like really analyze the situation in such a way as to what happened, how can they move forward. They want a future here with this 3 of Wands. But right now it's in reverse. Nothing's gonna like just come in and fall on their lap. in fact, they're identifying that they've been very King of Wands here. And the King of Wands is, you know, a very passionate king, but the King of Wands could be quite selfish in going after one's desires. And potentially their desires was more physical with this Ace of Wands. And maybe they, you know, maybe they were coming around only when they wanted something physical. Maybe they weren't showing you emotions, and they were driving more out of their passions. And I feel with this in reverse, there's an identifying that there might have been or is a need for them to really take a look at that side of themselves and reflect on the other side, which is emotions. Okay. And on the back side of this, we got cups, cups, cups. So I feel like your person is really being pushed into this hermit energy in order to come into terms with how they really felt in this connection. The King of Cups is like, you know, talking about a king who is in tune with his emotions and able to really, be truthful when it comes to their emotions because they're balanced. And, you know, I feel like your person with this in reverse has been really blocked in showing you any type of emotion. In fact, so blocked that they probably didn't even start with one step of offering you this cup of love. And the Ace of Cups to me is also talking about self-love and being able to love oneself. And I feel like your person might have been challenged in filling their own cup up because they have a hard time facing emotions. And, you know, here I'm taking this kind of as a moon. Looks like a little bit of a sun, but I feel like there's fear around emotions is what I'm picking up here, okay? Not necessarily only in the connection with you, but fear around emotions in general and even loving themselves. And, ooh, sun and moon. So I feel like, too, with the sun and moon can be talking about balancing the masculine and the feminine. And I feel like the fact that the moon is much more prominent in this card, that I feel like maybe your person was really led by fears rather than led by what they know to be true with the sun and the clarity here. And and that the sun wasn't enough to shed light on some of these fears. And I feel like your person going into hermit is having to take a look at this blockage. Okay, and with the Seven of Cups here, this talks about, you know, having all these options and heavy fantasy, could be clouded judgment and all that. But what I'm really picking up from this card being here is like your person has all of these emotions that are kind of, they can't make sense of because they haven't been in tune with emotions, that it kind of clouds them and it's clouded them. And I feel like they're really being asked to sort through emotions, okay? What feels bad, what feels good, what exactly they're feeling with the Seven of Cups so that they can identify what's pain, what feels happiness. And I feel like your person is having to be really focused on actively doing this, okay? With the Eight of Pentacles, this is like somebody working to task and being very dedicated and putting in energy. I feel like the energy of what they're being asked to do here from Spirit is really identify emotions, sorting emotions, being open to emotions in general. And it could be kind of reflecting back on what has happened in this connection and sorting that out internally in order for them to grow in general again. But I feel like the 10 here, speaking about an ending, I feel like your person is coming to terms with this phase of themselves. And in order for them to grow and push past this, they're going to have to really analyze and work through these feelings and emotions and sort through what's desire, what's love, you know. And I benefit with gratitude. I feel like your person is definitely absolutely feeling love for you. Okay, and anything that wasn't expressed is still here. And once they hermit, I feel like there's going to be a floodgate of emotions that they're going to experience. But I feel like they're not going to be, you know, in a state of, I feel like they're gonna show gratitude towards this connection for what it is. Even if it is over in some capacity, there will be this gratitude that your person has for you for pushing them, or at least allowing them in some way to free them for what's next for them, which is really taking a look at these emotions. Page of Wands, yeah. And I feel like eventually your person's going to communicate this to you, okay? Maybe not necessarily how it is that they're feeling about you and all that, but what they're going to communicate to you is how important you were or instrumental in them hermiting in order to figure this out and drop this, okay? Dropping this King of Wands and leaning into emotions. I feel like that's what the communication is going to be in order for them to grow, because I think for them that's more important for their development to move towards what the future has for them, okay? Because I feel like they want to move forward with themselves, and I feel like they do want to move forward with you, but I feel like they feel there's no more choice in that matter. So what they can do though is express to you how you've been instrumental in helping them face you know, their feelings, or at least identifying their feelings and making sense of it. And I feel like they're very dedicated in doing that. They're dedicated to their growth. They're dedicated to their future. So I see like that's their next movement. Now let's take a look at one layer from that to see, you know, what are their actions, their movement in this connection past that, if we see anything further. So Spirit, thank you so much for that clear, concise message for pile number 3. Can we take a look at pile number 3's person, a deeper layer here into their next move in this connection? What happens after that? Empress, Hangman, upright reverse. Okay, saying leave it reverse. Okay, let's keep going. Interesting. So Empress is number 3, Hangman is 12, which reduces to 3 as well. And we were seeing that 3 of Wands as far as a future with you. So 3s could speak of collaboration and cooperation. Queen of Pentacles now coming upright. All right, interesting. 8 of Pentacles, nice and strong. Somebody's very dedicated. And we got the Lovers, whoppity-doo-dah. All right, Lovers and the Empress, bookending this reading. Let's clarify this Empress. We got the 6 of Pentacles. Isn't that pretty? All right, why is the Hangman in reverse here, Spirit? What's going on with this Hangman? Got the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. All right, why is the Queen of Pentacles here? Don't show me the King of Pentacles. Oh my God. I knew the King of Pentacles was going to come out. How did I know? Well, intuition, but you guys, I know you don't, I don't think some of you guys are prepared to hear this. Maybe you are. Maybe that's why you're here. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. I'm excited to deliver this news. Oh my goodness. Okay. And clarifying the Lovers, we got the Tower. Okay. We got 2 of Pentacles in the bottom, which is the undertone of this reading here. And I feel like the undertone is there's been lots of juggling in this connection, okay, and need for prioritizing and lots of ups and downs. And what I'm really seeing here, I don't know how far future this is getting, but this is their next movements, okay? So there's a prioritization of this connection where this person is done their state of limbo and taking a look at which way they can go. There's now this commitment to what it is that they've decided based on their Hermit energy, okay? Now, the Hangman in reverse could be a lack of commitment as well, okay? But, yes, for some of you guys, I see a lack of commitment, okay? For some of you guys, because we have the King of Pentacles in reverse and we have the Hangman in reverse. But that, I think, was a story of the past. And I feel like that might have been a big bone of contention in this relationship, okay, or this connection. What I'm feeling here is the Empress speaking about the divine feminine, okay? There's this heavy emphasis on understanding that you in this connection have this spot that you hold in this person's heart, okay, as the Queen of Pentacles being this solid mother, this committed energy, this Empress. This is like the most abundant card in the tarot, okay? And I feel like your person is recognizing, I don't think they never really recognized that you weren't the Empress here, but what I'm really feeling is that there's this acceptance that the Nine of Pentacles energy, which was being single, independent, somebody who is, you know, successful on their own, but want to kind of do it alone. With this in reverse, I feel like there is this need to balance things out with the Six of Pentacles, with an even give and take energy wise in this connection as far as commitment goes, because this person, which, I mean, again, you could flip the roles. This person coming up as this King of Pentacles in reverse was having a challenge being this committed, solid, stable partner in this relationship that was steady and providing commitment with it in reverse. I think this person is coming to terms with the fact that this has been the biggest challenge here. And they are coming to this awareness, okay, and this state that they're no longer in limbo, that they're having to prioritize and drop this kind of more individualistic type energy. And the fact that I have the Queen and the King of Pentacles, this is like counterparts. Okay, so this can confirm soulmates here. And the fact that I have the Empress and the Lovers, this is like a divine union between two people, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Okay, and like what I was saying, for some of you guys, there is this realization that this person is not wanting to commit. Okay, because they're still ending here in a choice in the Tower. But I would say that's a very small percentage of you guys, because really what I'm getting with the Six of Pentacles here and the reversal of the Nine of Pentacles and the fact that we have the Tower in this row is that there's a crumbling of what used to be holding back this connection. Okay, Nine of Pentacles was somebody who potentially was choosing to be single here, somebody who wasn't looking at commitment, feeling like they were in this left out in the cold. Potentially you felt left out in the cold because you guys weren't aligning, seeing eye to eye. There's a Tower moment here, a crumbling of the foundation in order for there to be balance, give and take. And there's this dedication. Okay, this coming out with, like, you know, the King of Pentacles. I mean, this is somebody who is committed to task, who's putting in energy and effort. This is the most dedicated card here of the tarot, which means somebody really putting in the energy, putting in the time, putting in the effort. Okay, and I feel like there is this coming out of this state of lack. There's this coming out of this energy in order for there to be a decision in choosing the Empress and choosing this connection. Okay, because I mean, it's still always a choice, and this person knows that they can't make the decision for you. So there is a Tower moment here under the Lovers, which could definitely signify that maybe now this choice is too late. You know, maybe this effort is now coming too late, and maybe there's a realization. But because we asked about their next movement, I feel like their next movement towards you is kind of this recognition that you're Empress, that they want to give and take, they want to put in energy and effort, come out of this state of lack mindset, and maybe give up some of this more bachelor type energy in order to move into this Lovers energy. But there's this Tower that they might have to recognize. That's been a crumbling of this connection. And the Two of Pentacles can talk about, you know, having a difficult time juggling, being strapped thin, trying to make things work, but not really maybe being able to do that. Let's clarify this Tower. The Moon. And now we have Four of Wands in the bottom. Okay, so this is talking about, again, verifying for some of you guys who are here on the Twin Flame journey. We have 1111 card. The Four of Wands for me definitely speaks of that. It's unity. It's building a foundation together, coming together, building a partnership, celebration. And I feel like the Moon clarifying this Tower. There is this, I mean, the Moon talks about subconscious. It also talks about fears. It talks about I think there's a crumbling of maybe any sort of illusions that were holding back this connection, in really moving this towards the Lovers, which is like a clear decision. You know, there's no more games or two different ways of being, or limbo or indecisions. There's like a clarity, I feel, even though the moon's here. There's like a clarity because there's a crumbling of illusion. There's a crumbling of potential fears and making a true decision, to act on a true decision, working with all the facts, working with the realization that they can't act on fears anymore. They have to put an end to fears. There's a crumbling of that whole mindset. And yeah, and I feel like they're really wanting this stability and wanting to make this decision, and potentially you are, you know, not ready yet to move in the direction of making this decision. But I feel like this person is, their next movement is definitely going to be wanting to embrace this. And this is Gemini energy. Okay, so we have heavy earth and we have Gemini. Let's just clarify the lovers here. We have the Wheel of Fortune. So guys, yeah, you might, because I'm getting, some of you guys might have feel like you moved on, or you're kind of past this because there's been nothing but pain, and this person's been nothing but committed. This person's been nothing but in limbo. But I hate to be the barrier of this, but I feel like this Wheel of Fortune, I feel like this connection is really destined to move in the direction in which it's meant to. I mean, there is free will, and, you know, I feel like, yeah, free will would be if this person didn't move in a direction that was honoring this connection, then maybe there wouldn't be this choice of lovers. But because I feel like this person is being dedicated here with this 8 of Pentacles, and really realizing and stepping into this commitment, and accepting this Empress and this Queen of Pentacles that I feel is your energy, that there is now this, the wheel is turning in your favor, in the favor of this connection. Destiny is happening in such a way that it's all going to happen in divine timing, whatever's supposed to be happening, because now we've had this Tower, this dropping of fear, right? And yeah, I feel like that's kind of what I'm seeing here. So hopefully that made sense to you guys out there. We got the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, needing to move forward in this connection. Still feel like it's in reverse though, because your person isn't quite sure on how they're going to approach you. What I'd like to see actually is, can we get a card as to communication? Will there be communication from this person towards pile number 3? Will there be communication? And if so, an idea of when. When will they be communicating? If they will communicate. We have the 10 of Cups, you guys. Oh my goodness. Wheel of Fortune. We saw the 11-11. We saw the two, you know, the divine couple here with the King and the Queen of Pentacles. The Lovers, the Empress, and now the Wheel of Fortune and the 10 of Cups. So anyway, 10 of Cups to me, as far as when they're going to communicate, I feel like the emotion is very strong, but I feel like, yeah, I feel like Spirit's not really communicating to me as far as who's going to communicate with you. And I think you might be surprised, but I think there's going to be a reason how you guys kind of get back on par or on the boat again, whatever you want to use when you guys get back together or back in communication as to how this is going to progress. But yeah, I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't know when, if there's communication and when and how, because all I see here is future potential, 10 of Cups. That's ultimate fulfillment when it comes to emotional fulfillment, happy family coming together, and divine timing here, okay? So I'm not going to press Spirit because I did see the Wheel of Fortune, which is divine timing. I can't do anything about divine timing. It is what it is. I have a feeling maybe this isn't what a lot of you guys wanted to hear, but that is what I see. And I love you guys so much. And leave a like, leave a comment. We'll see you soon. Bye, guys.